What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, this is a part 2 to a video I did a while back that you guys really seemed to enjoy. I got a great response and it was actually called Thoughts on 15 Bands in One Video. And that's what I'm going to be doing again today with 15 more bands that you guys have asked me to give my thoughts on. For this video I tried to pick bands that I've either never mentioned at all on my channel or else bands that I may have briefly mentioned but haven't really made like a video on them or talked about them in depth. Also please remember this is just my opinion. These are just my brief thoughts on some of these bands. A lot of these I haven't really taken a deep dive into their discography yet, so I don't have like a huge, really well-rounded opinion on all of these, but I still wanted to give you guys a good idea of what I'm feeling about them at this time. So with that said, let's jump into the very first band, FIDLAR. So I've been recommended these guys by a friend of mine, Ben, who's told me to listen to them like a couple times, and I just kept putting it off forever because I've been so busy, and I think I hope other people have, you know, commented them on my videos before. I know the band Swimmers that I really love. I've kind of been compared to this band a few times. I think they've toured together as well, so I was like, alright, let's check them out. Maybe since I like Swimmers, I'll like them. And that's kind of not necessarily the case. Honestly, I'm just not super into this band's style. I think it's mainly the singer's voice. I just don't really enjoy it that much. I listened to their last album in full a few times, and I only saved, I think, like 2 or 3 songs from it. The first song I heard by FIDLAR was 40 Ounce on repeat, I think, it's the first song on that album. I don't remember though, maybe not. Am I a fan? No, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm really into this band because I'm honestly not so far. They're not terrible or anything, they're just not really my thing, but who knows, it could change in the future. My favorite songs by them are West Coast and Waves so far. Those are the ones I think that I did save to my Spotify. And have I seen them live? No, obviously not. Next up is State Champs. I really like State Champs. They're really amazing live, even though they're not my favorite in the pop punk genre, but I think they're really good at what they do. They're great at writing catchy choruses and hooks. But like I said, they're not my favorite in the genre. I just don't find myself coming back to like all of their songs like I do with some of the other pop punk bands that I like. The very first song I heard by them is Hard to Please, and to this day, it's still one of my favorite songs by them. Yes, I'm a fan of State Champs. I know I did a video on them recently criticizing their deluxe album, but that's not taking stabs at the band itself. It's all about, you know, the label and marketing and whatnot. Anyways, my favorite songs by them are Hard to Please, Secrets, and Simple Existence. Have I seen them live? Yes, actually twice. I saw them the first time, they opened for All Time Low in 2015, I think, and then I saw them last year on Warped Tour and they killed it. The next band is Paramore. I know a lot of you guys are like obsessed with this band, and I do not want to get shit for saying what I'm about to say. Don't worry, I don't hate them, I don't dislike them or anything. I just don't know like every single thing they've ever put out. Like, I'm not really a huge fan. I don't know why. They never really caught my attention too much like over the years. I don't know, they're just one of the bands that I never really got into too heavily. I mainly know a lot of their bigger songs and more well-known ones, you know, the ones they play on the set list and the singles. I honestly don't remember the first song that I heard. It had to be either Misery Business or That's What You Get. Am I a fan? Yes, I'm a casual fan. I don't want to act like, again, that I'm huge into them because I'm really not. But they're a band that I can listen to when my boyfriend plays them. I don't mind. You know, I do enjoy it. I just don't know a ton of their stuff yet. My favorite song by them is probably Decode, and no, not because of Twilight. I just honestly really like that song and how it sounds and the lyrics. And I also really love Ain't It Fun. It's just so irresistible. That's such a fun song. Have I seen them live? Yes, I actually did get to see them live with Fall Out Boy on the Monument Tour. That was in 2014. Wow, that was a while ago now. The next band is With Confidence, and they're kind of like the Australian version of State Champs in my opinion. They're that kind of pop punk band, more like poppier, I would say. For some reason, their music just never really stuck with me. I couldn't tell you what the first song I heard by them was. It was probably one of the more popular ones like Voldemort. Am I a fan? I don't know. Like, I don't want to say I'm a fan. Like, I do like some of their songs, but I'm not like, you know, a full-blown like fan. Like, if they were coming here, I don't know if I would just go see them. I probably wouldn't unless they were like opening for a bunch of bands that I liked. They're not super amazing to me, you know. I think they got a lot of potential though, so hopefully, you know, in the future maybe I'll like more of their stuff. But out of the songs I've heard, my favorites are Keeper and Voldemort, and no, I have not seen them live. Next we have WEEZER, and I got into WEEZER I think way back in like 2010 or 11, around there, and honestly their name says it all. Essentially they're like a band of nerds and I love it. The first song I heard was definitely Beverly Hills. That was like a huge song when I was like growing up, and I remember hearing it everywhere everywhere. I never knew who it was though until I did look up WEEZER. I'm definitely a fan of WEEZER. I think they're awesome as hell. For favorite songs, I've always been drawn to Hash Pipe for some reason. I just love the way that one sounds. That's probably my #1 favorite, I guess, but I also really like Thank God for Girls. It's kind of become another favorite of mine in the last year or so, even though it wasn't initially when I first heard that last album. I've seen them live twice now, both last summer with Panic at the Disco. I went to 2 dates for that tour, and I'm also going to be seeing them in a few weeks at Boston Calling, and I'm so excited. Mayday Parade. When I think of Mayday Parade, I just think of my friend Shelby, who used to be my roommate, and she's literally obsessed with them. But this is a band that I can never really get into, if I'm being honest. I'm pretty sure Terrible Things was like the first song I heard by Mayday Parade, and even though I do like some of their songs, I don't really consider myself a fan. I'm not huge into them at all. There's maybe like 2 or 3 songs that I like, and I don't even think I have them saved. And favorite song, I really don't even have one by this band. I just and I have seen them live. They're good live. I just don't like a lot of their music. I actually just saw them live on Friday, so they were good, but we actually didn't even stay for the full set, so that says a lot. This next band, Can't Swim, is a band that I honestly did not get into the first couple times I heard their new album. I guess you could say my boyfriend tried to get me into this band because he was playing the album over and over because he was getting ready to review it one of the last times that I visited, and I don't know why, but initially I just wasn't really enjoying it that much. Like, I didn't love it. I think it was mainly because of the vocalist. His voice is kind of different and like raspy and just different for this type of genre, but this band grew on me with time so much. Like, I'm literally loving their material now. I honestly don't know what the first song was that I heard. It was one of the ones that John showed me probably. It might have been We Won't Sleep. And I'm gonna call myself a casual fan because I am really enjoying their album, but I'm not like a diehard yet. I'm excited to see what they do next though, but I'm definitely rooting for them. I'd love to see them live. And I also really like this band because they do kind of stick out. They sound a lot different than the other bands in that genre. My favorite song by them so far is What's Your Big Idea, and I have not seen them live, but I would absolutely love to. Being as an Ocean is a band that's been recommended to me so many times over the years, and I think I did check them out like a year or 2 ago, but didn't really feel anything when I listened to it. But I finally came back to them to prepare for this video because I've been recommending them a lot, and I just don't really like them, to be honest. I respect what they do. I think they're talented, but like all their songs kind of sound the same to me. Like, it just gets really monotonous. I was listening to their album, I'm just like, is that the same song? Like, it's literally the same formula, and it just sounds the same to me. Like, I couldn't tell the difference between songs. And you guys know that I'm not a huge fan of like a ton of like pure screaming on songs. Not that they're pure screaming, but I think it just depends on the type of vocal style, and I'm not really a fan of this vocalist, so I'm not enjoying them as much as I had hoped to. First song I heard was The Hardest Part is Forgetting Those You Swore You Wouldn't Forget. It's a really long title. Am I a fan? For now, I'm gonna say no. I just am not really connecting with their music at all. Like I said, I don't really like the way it sounds. It just sounds samey. And I don't really have a favorite song at this moment, and I have not seen them live. The next band is PALAYE ROYALE, and a lot of you guys have actually told me to listen to these guys recently, and I was like, okay, I did a while back, and I actually liked a lot of the songs that I heard, but I came back to them for this video to get more in depth on their music, and I am a fan of them. I think I can say that. This is a band that I can definitely get on board with. They sound a lot different than a lot of the stuff that I listen to, but that's a good thing. They're sort of MCR-ish. They have this like theatric vibe, but also very rock and roll. The first song I heard was Mr. Doctor Man, and am I a fan? Like I said, hell yeah, I think I could totally call myself a fan of this band. I don't love their stuff, but I definitely enjoy it. I did save a handful of songs. I think my favorite song is Where's the Boom. I just really love the way that one flows. It just sounds really good to my ears. Have I seen them live? No, but I would really love to. I think they would have a great live show, hopefully. Too Close to Touch is next, and I did listen to this band's newer album a couple months ago, I think, because one of you guys recommended them to me, and I actually really enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't save anything from it at the moment, but I came back to it this past week, and I am really enjoying this record. The first song I heard was probably the first song on that record, Haven't Been Myself, which is titled Sympathy. I think I can definitely call myself a fan for right now. I'm definitely enjoying a lot of their stuff, for the most part. My favorite songs are Crooked Smile and Eily. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that one's really good as well. Super emotional. And have I seen them live? No, but holy shit, I just realized that they're playing Warped Tour, and I didn't even know this. Like, in my Warped Tour video, I guess I didn't even notice their name was on there, but this is a band I definitely want to check out. Oh, good old 5 Seconds of Summer. Thank God they are kind of on a hiatus right now because I just could not take it with all the fangirls and all the shit that's been happening with them. They kind of just became super annoying to me because of that aspect. And I actually discovered 5 Seconds of Summer way before they got famous, like right when they were only on YouTube, really putting out a few songs there. I think it was like right around when they released their first EP. Luke's voice hadn't even dropped completely yet, and I don't know, it was just a band that me and my friend kind of found together, and I really enjoyed them. The first song I heard by them was probably Unpredictable or Beside You. Those are both super old songs. Like, I don't even know if you guys even know those songs, but they're very old, but really good. Like, I really like them still. Am I a fan? I mean, I'm torn here. I like a lot of their older stuff, like the EP stuff and a few things after that, but like beyond that though, like I don't really enjoy a lot of their music. I think it kind of sounds the same, and I don't know, the fan base kind of ruined things for me. Like, it's really hard for me to like be a fan of a band that has like a massive fan base that are so fucking toxic online and stuff, so I don't really like to involve myself in that, but I can still enjoy their music, and I do enjoy like quite a few songs by them, but I don't know if I want to call myself like a huge fan. My favorite song is probably still Beside You. I really like that song because it's so relatable to me right now, guys. But I'm also a really big fan of the song they did for the Ghostbusters movie, Girls Talk Boys. Super cool song. And I was actually supposed to see them live like 2 summers ago, but I ended up selling my ticket because, I don't know, like it was the night before I was supposed to go to college, like start college for the first time ever, and I don't know, it was kind of far away, and I just like, it's not even worth it because I didn't really like them that much, you know. Pierce the Veil are next, and I think they are so awesome. I honestly didn't used to be into Vic's voice whatsoever. It was so different to me. This was years ago, but I was like, his voice is so high, like I didn't really like it, but obviously now I'm used to it, and I really do like their stuff. I think they're insanely talented musicians. Their last album was just incredible. The first song I heard was either King for a Day or Bulls in the Bronx, like 2 of their biggest songs, and I'm definitely a fan of this band. Like I said, their last album was so good. It was one of my favorites, one of my top favorites of best albums from 2016. My favorite songs are Paraphernalia, Hell Above, and Circles. I think I've seen them live 3 times now. I might be seeing them again on their upcoming tour, but I'm not sure if I can make it yet. Next we have Pup, and honestly I'm not really feeling this band whatsoever. I just don't like the vocal style. I don't know what it is, like it just doesn't sound good to me. I've tried this band a few times because my boyfriend's really into them, but I don't know, there's something about it that I just can't get into. First song I heard was If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will. Am I a fan? No. I'm sorry guys, like if you're all into them, like I don't know, I just can't get into them. I just don't like their music that much. My favorite song is probably, I don't know, Coast maybe. That's like one of the ones that I remember enjoying more than the rest, but I don't even think I saved it to my Spotify or anything. And no, I haven't seen them live, but I'm supposed to see them at Boston Calling because John wants to see them, so I'm definitely going to give them a chance, because a lot of times I won't really like a band's music, but sometimes when I see them live, that's how they win me over, so who knows, maybe that'll happen. I've always felt sort of indifferent towards the Front Bottoms. I didn't like love them, I didn't hate them, like I could just tolerate them. I thought they were like kind of good, but not like great. My roommate last year would play them all the time in our room because she was a pretty big fan of them, but for some reason that never really made me want to look into them any deeper until I found out that they would be opening for Brand New, that I was going to be seeing that show, so I was like, well, time to get into them. First song I heard by them was definitely Flashlight. I think I actually saw lyrics to it on Tumblr or something and it made me want to look it up. Am I a fan? I'll say that I'm a casual fan for right now. Like, I don't know all of their stuff, but yeah, I generally do like them. I thought they were really great live. As of right now, I really like Skeleton, but I'm also like in love with the Plan Fuck Jobs, especially after hearing it live. And yes, as I mentioned, I have seen them live only once and I was so stoned. Last but not least, we have Muse, and my very first memory of Muse was I was watching this Panic at the Disco interview in like 2008 or 2009. It was when John Walker and Ryan were still in the band. It was like that 4-piece, and they were on some kind of interview. I can't remember what it was. They were like taking over on some show, like hosting it or something. I can't even remember what it was, but John Walker was like recommending an album, and he was like, it was the Origin of Symmetry album, and he said, if you don't have the record, buy it because it'll blow your face off. I remember that line so much, and that made me literally go look up the band Muse because Panic liked them. First song I heard, I have no idea in this world because it was so long ago. This was literally like so long ago. I suppose I'm a fan. I don't know like any of their stuff really, just like the bigger songs, and I know I need to start getting into them more. I'm gonna depend on John for doing that for me to kind of get me into more of their stuff, because we're supposed to be seeing them live this summer, like right before my birthday. But they're just one of those bands that I've never really taken the time to like listen to in depth, but I'm gonna plan on doing that soon. I'm obviously aware that they're hugely loved by a ton of people and they're very, very talented. My favorite song by them so far is Plug-in Baby, and I haven't seen them live, but like I said, I'm going to. Alright guys, so those are my thoughts on 15 different bands in one video. Thanks so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I make videos every single Wednesday and occasional Saturdays, all music related, band related, all that kind of stuff. If you're into that, make sure to subscribe. Hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I will see you all next time.